Hi everyone, this is Jason Zach from Nathaniel School of Music. In this tutorial, we are going to work out our hand independence skills using a consistent pattern in the right hand and a floating pattern in the left hand. We are going to pick the key of B major for this exercise. It's a very kind of scalable exercise, so you can kind of take this to different levels. So whether you're a beginner or whether you're a more advanced player, I think you'll find something useful in this lesson. So get your keyboards out, practice along with me, and you'll find my handwritten notes and the staff notation for this entire drill waiting for you on our Patreon page. You could see if you want to read it this way or that way. You'll also have MIDI files to listen to it and practice along. Before we get started, it'll be nice if you can consider hitting the subscribe and hit that bell. Don't forget the bell, very important bell for regular notifications. Let's get cracking. So let's start with the right hand. It would be the fifth chord in two setups. So the fifth chord of B major will be 1-5-1, also known as sa pa sa. So sa pa sa. Sa in Indian music is 1, pa is 5, and so on. And this would be pa sa pa. You could use these fingers. Ideally, for the inversion, you could play thumb, index, pinky. For the normal root position, you could do thumb, middle, pinky. Depends where you wish to play it. Usually around middle C is good, or here. Okay, so root and inversion. So the right hand will follow a very consistent 16th note phrase. Sa pa sa pa. So you count it as 1 E and 2 E, 3, 4 E, 1 E and 2 E and 3 E. Or you can do the inversion, 1 and 2 and 3 and 3 E and 4 E. 1 E. However, later in the piece, we are going to target hit points with our voice while we are doing a left hand pattern. So just stay tuned to the very end. For now, be aware of the hit points. Say it. 1 E and 2 E and 3 E and 4 E and E and 2 and so on. 3 and coming back. 1 E and 2 E and 3 E and 4 E. Goes on. Okay, so now coming to the left hand. So the right hand was very static. The left hand will basically play stacks of thirds, but following a melodic pattern, if you will. Sa re ga ma pa ma ga re. 1 2 3 4 5 4 3 2 1. However, we'll be playing this with thirds. Sa ga 1 3, re ma 2 4, ga pa 3 5, ma dha 4 6, pa ni 5 7. So it would be, let's get used to this. All thirds, diatonic thirds of the B major scale. We've also shaped it out for you in our notes. Check it out. So sa ga re ma ga pa ma da pa ni ma da ga pa re ma sa re ga ma pa ma. Okay, now while you do this, let's add some interest by playing the octave at the end. And sing sa re ga ma, which is a very important part of independence, singing and playing. Sa re ga ma pa ma ga re. And imagine the right hand, what it's going to do. It's going to play faster than the left hand, right? So the right hand will double it up. Taka dimi taka chunu taka dimi taka. 1 E and 2 E and 3 E and 4 E and sa re ga ma pa ma ga. Let's first get that into play. Pa ma ga maybe even sing a melody. Keep the count going. If you don't want to lose time, try to practice with a metronome and move your head to the music. Very important. Move your head or tap your foot, whatever works. Okay, so this is very important before we bring in our other hand. This is the right hand. So right hand's gonna go, well, you could go 8th notes, but there's no great independence there, right, between the hands. So you go back to that 16th note phrasing. And you get a 2:4 ratio. 1 E and a, right? E and. So let's start with just the pulse, perhaps, without the 8th octave. This is a good way to begin the journey. Sa re ga ma pa. Sa re ga ma pa, just intervals. The 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 scale degrees. Sa re ga ma, and you're doing that 2:4 ecosystem between the two hands. To control, use your head to float the pulse. And now, whenever we are ready, we can bring in the additional 8th note in the left hand. If you're bored with the right hand root position, you can add the inversion. Adds a better layer of harmony. So 1 E and 2 E. And of course, at this stage, I would encourage you to sing. Get back to what we practiced earlier, which was Sa re ga ma pa ma ga re sa. Hold the sound. Then ta na 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 na. It's a bit tricky to sing rhythmic stuff, so work on that later, I guess. And so on. Okay, now if you're bored with this by now, your left hand can also do something rather interesting. Now the left hand's doing 8th notes, 1 and 2, and we can do a little bit of displacement. So instead of doing 1 and, since we already have access to 16th notes in our head at least, because the right hand is doing the 1 E and a, you can go 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and So a good challenge for you before you even do this, I guess, would be when you play it, 1 E and a 2 E, keep this going and say it with your voice. Say the hits that you need. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and play the arpeggio. 2, 3, 4. 1. If you shout it, it actually becomes a bit more independent. If you whisper it, you don't gain independence. So kind of shout the number out. It helps. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. Now the ands. And, 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 and. Now. That's the 4th subdivision of the 16, right? E, 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 E. You either say staccato E or legato E. That's one E, meaning the 2nd subdivision or the 25% mark of the beat. E, E, E. I missed it. E, 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 E. And. You can also target those hits now in the right hand. And. With the 5th chord. Remember, the left hand still floating the thirds. What's happening now? That's the E's. No, that's the U's. Now E's. There we go. E. And so on. So count it. Also hit those accents. That'll be a good practice. Now, last but not least, let's change the left hand slightly, as I was harping on earlier. 1 E and so 1 E and retain the arpeggio, of course. You can even do E and a 4, E and a. You can target the E's as well, but the sounds a bit nicer. So, just in conclusion, what I would say is hand independence should not be a system or a setup where you're thinking of the exercise, you're focusing on hit points, you're reading, and you have everything on the plate and you have only this one thing to do. Hand independence should be about having fun, first of all. And hand independence is literally all that we do on the piano. So why call it hand independence? Well, we've done it just so that you could probably type it out and come to this lesson, I guess. But everything requires independence on the piano. And while you accomplish this, also think to yourself over the days of practice. I set out on a mission to practice hand independence with an exercise. So I'm doing it. But after day 1 or day 2 of playing this, think, am I training other aspects of my musicality as well? I'm sure you are. For instance, you're training your ears because you're singing the swaras while doing this. You're training vocal to piano independence. You're improving your timing subconsciously because of the endless repetitions. You're working on subdivisions. And of course, you're working on hand coordination. And don't you think you'll get better as a B major player in the first place? Because this whole lesson so far was on B. So then you ask yourself, since all this is also checking boxes, why not now say, okay, I've got it on B major, I've got the coordination, I've kind of got my ear going, so what's left? Maybe I can do this on another key with the same scale. So now I've realized that it's about the note practice, which is more scale and key. So we've taken it on B. So maybe I can do it on B flat, another key but same scale, I guess. Things like this. So Re, ga, ma, pa. This would now be your next practice. Or maybe the same key but different scale, which could be maybe a B minor. Ma, pa, ma, ga, re. Sa, this is natural minor. That's the harmonic minor. The same drills. You're just working on different scales and see how awesome it all sounds. Every scale has a different flavor, a different mood and theme and all that. Right, guys? So get the notation on our Patreon. Get my handwritten notes as well. You'll find it available. It's all in one folder on Patreon as a post. And you won't just find this lesson. You'll find every other lesson that will ever be done on YouTube and has been done from at least the past 6-7 years of us doing this on our channel. Okay, and if you'd like to learn a course at our school, check out the links in the description and reach out to one of our course advisors right now. I will catch you in the next one. Cheers.